I really felt like I was being told this story for the very first time on the edge of my seat throughout, and I just wondered what the experience was for you of reading the script for the first time and what drew you to this character.
I had somewhat of a similar experience when I read it. It didn't felt old and regurgitated. It felt that there was some stuff that I was shocked weren't explored before, and then I saw even more possibility to explore even more. So I kind of had a similar experience when I read it, and that's why I think I wanted to be a part of it.
And how much did you relish showing us sort of quite a human side to this evil icon?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how else to do it. I guess that's it's one of my weaknesses, so I have to kind of utilize it. I only really know how to work from a place of reality, and I need to be in some kind of a surroundings. Even though this world is so fantastical, I need to find a way to ground what I'm doing in some kind of a reality. So I had to figure out where her balance was. I don't believe bad people are just bad. I do believe that circumstance come into play, and they are a product of their environment. So it was really just kind of understanding that.
She's got an interesting backstory there, hasn't she, to play with. And I found the Queen's relationship with her brother fascinating. What can you tell us about the dynamics between the siblings?
I loved it too, and I thought it was really powerful to see her in a position with someone that they had a very twisted relationship when it came to love, very manipulative, the way she abused and used him to do stuff for her. And I thought that there was something nice about also seeing her lose something. In the original story, she never really loses anything, and there's stakes, emotional stakes are much higher for her now with that character.
And in this movie, The Devil Wears Atwood. What can you tell us about those amazing creations and the raven cloak, the structured wedding dress, and what were they like to wear?
Well, this is the thing about girls. We are aware that they're painful, but then we look in the mirror and we forget because they just look so great. So they were sometimes not the most. The wedding dress was probably the hardest for me to wear. It was incredibly structured and it weighed a lot, so moving in it was really hard. But then whenever I saw like an image of it, I just thought, wow, it's worth every drop of blood and pain and suffocation, because that dress is just so gorgeous.
And the film just looks stunning, doesn't it? So imaginative visually, isn't it? Now, the Queen, of course, is quite a fan of reflective surfaces, as we know from her famous phrase. And she has a line, when a woman stays young and beautiful forever, then the world is hers. But the film's got quite a different message, hasn't it? Which is...
Yeah, I think, I think we're trying to say this is a cautionary tale. And if you fill yourself, your self-worth and your value with things that are inevitable and are inevitably going to go away, there's nothing you can do about that. You've placed your power in something that's not sustainable. And so I think it is a beautiful story in the sense that women have to start taking charge of their own destiny. We have to start saying what our worth and our power is.
It's hard to believe that this is British director Rupert Sanders' debut movie. It looks like a movie from someone that's been working for decades. How did you think that he handled his first movie? How impressed were you by that?
Well, I think the commercial world has become very creative, and so a lot of these guys are coming way more seasoned than what we think of as first-time directors. And so I think he came very with an incredible skill set already. And in a way, this was just like a big commercial, because his commercials have an emotional storyline. And so he's very aware that he can't just make things look great, but he has to emotionally kind of punch you the same way. So I honestly think this was just a commercial where the shooting days were just a lot longer for him, but he never felt like someone who didn't know what he was doing.
Charlize Theron, thanks very much.
Thank you very much.